tofu, spicy tofu burrito bowl. We kind of changed it. It was going to be a Chipotle bowl, but we ran Chipotle. I do have an abundance of jalapenos, so tell me what you did here.
Beef stock and rice.
That's all. Cover that up. So our goal is to eat less meat. Find delicious recipes that don't require meat. And this recipe includes tofu. And what are you doing right now, Madelyn?
Just pressing the water out of it so it fries better.
Fries nicer. One big slab of soy protein. I prefer the extra firm myself.
Just dissatisfying. Come on, nothing can beat that.
Slicing it into cheese slices, or what?
Cubes.
Cubes. And what will you do to the tofu?
Fry it.
In
Hot pan.
a hot pan with any oil?
Yeah. Usually maybe a tablespoon. Or two, depending on how the tofu. I don't know how crispy you want your tofu. Oh, I don't know.
Red Russian garlic, the brightest flavor. Very fresh, very garlic.
Killing myself. We're just gonna do it. I'm not touching it, so we're just gonna.
The best way to avoid touching a hot pepper and putting it to your eyes or your mouth, to use this little fancy pampered chef tool, which I am not selling, but I genuinely think is clever. And then you don't have to worry about putting your child over the sink and pouring milk into their eyes for 15 minutes to get rid of the burn.
Garlic and jalapenos. And a good roast. This just gets the pan up to heat. Nice color. And we'll give it a second, and then we'll add the tofu.
How long do we cook the tofu?
A couple minutes. Probably just until it's like warm and crispy, and don't do what I did. You don't want to over crab the pan, but you cut your vegetables, whatever you want to add into your bowl. In one of my experiments, I got to look at a skin layer of onion cells. That was kind of cool.
Oh, in biology,
Yeah.
under the microscope. So what did you learn?
Well, it's less about what I learned and more about what I saw, but it was really, really cool.
Okay, so what did you see?
Can't describe it.
Narration for grade 12 kids. So we usually put this on fresh instead of cooking it because it already has a very fresh flavor. No need to dull it down. So Madelyn, why do we wash beans?
To get rid of the extra starch.
Exactly, and welcome to my actual homeschool mom middle of the day cooking.
We'll do it the fancy way. I've never done it with these before, but that's okay.
What's that? Oh, actually measuring it?
Yeah.
So about a tablespoon, and what kind of sauce do we have?
Seriously authentic. Extra hot sauce. Wait, this is... No, forget it.
From Mexico. Tap those fingers. A nice new knife that we got in place of a load of cut wood. In other words, live in the mountains, and we exchanged it for some cash and went out and bought a fresh, sharp. So we are making a fresh guacamole. What have you done and what are we doing?
Lemon juice, avocado, and then next I usually just like to add a little bit of tomato. So just finely chop something.
Not salsa?
You can do salsa or tomatoes. Kind of depends on what you have available. So we're going to do both. A little bit of tomato, and then a little bit of
Pace. Green salsa verde is actually my favorite. And I could be doing this in about a couple days because it's about to frost overnight, which means I have to pull all the green tomatoes from the garden.
First, you're going to put in some rice. The ratio is pretty important. You don't want to have too much rice, make it too carb loaded, you know. And then we're going to grab some of our beans. That's going to go on the opposite side. Also, I really like making sure every single ingredient is totally shown. It's just so much more pretty.
Yeah, we eat with our eyes, they say. This is such an easy meal to create. Such a healthy one for lunch. It's perfect. You can get little hands helping you chop. You could keep food chopped and prepped in the fridge all week. You could introduce your family to tofu. Good luck with that. It's actually one of those things that maybe, at least from my farm family background, was definitely not a staple. Where we live, in the pandemic, in the the lockdown, it was hard to come by because people eat a lot of tofu in these parts. But it is an easy protein source that is not meat. What else are we adding, Madelyn?
Red pepper. So after you've done like the rice, the beans, and the tofu, which is like your carb and protein, you want to make sure you put a lot of vegetables because I'm a very adamant believer in vegetables.
Fresh red onion, just a really nice fresh flavor. And you know what we forgot is cilantro, which I have in the garden, so we'll have to find that in the garden first. Yum.
And then tomato.
Do you know the other fun food to introduce to kids is green juice? If you were, yeah, it was so good. When I was first introduced to it, I thought there is no way my kids are going to drink green juice. And gradually they got used to it, but in the beginning it looked super weird. After a while, if you did a taste test, a blind taste test, you would actually think that it was some sort of strawberry kiwi mix.
It was intriguing, but very delicious.
Very delicious.
Last two ones, just a little bit of our green salsa. Delicious. And our fresh guacamole.
Also, one of the favorite foods in this house that are green is guacamole. Can't keep an avocado on the counter for long. Yum! Thank you, Madelyn.